pictures, and this is what I was doing instead. Anyway,
Watching
sorry, Nia.
Quincy.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
that's fine. I
Um,
love it.
okay, so
So Kligman, um,
yes.
he has set the principles for what effective skincare is.
Hmm.
So it's got to A, absorb into the skin.
Okay.
B, there's got to be a known mechanism for its effect in the skin cells. So we've got to
Okay.
know what it does. And C, there has to be a peer reviewed double blind study proving that it works. And
Okay.
niacinamide, I think, is the only skincare ingredient that's available over the counter that passes
Wow.
those three, yeah, principles. So that's quite important.
That is pretty
Yeah.
cool. Okay.
And if you want to read more about this nonsense that I'm saying,
It's
um,
not nonsense.
uh, no, it's not at all. I'll post the references to the podcast in the
Okay.
Skincare with Friends chat room. So if you're
Hmm.
interested in this, or you don't believe me, or you disagree, you want an argument, you want to pick a fight, then go to the Facebook group.
Okay. Yeah, do that.
Yeah, yeah. So the whole acids plus niacinamide debate. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, I was reading about this as well. Is this real? Because Decium seem quite firm upon it, don't they?
They
But
do.
I think they're just being cautious. I think it's nonsense. I
Yeah,
think you
it's
can.
more about avoiding lots of people saying, my skin is red, I'm never going to use your
Mm.
products again,
Mm-hmm.
rather than, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't,
Which,
for most people, I'd be like, oh, my skin's gone red. That's interesting. I've got a niacinamide flush. Cool, I
yeah.
understand. But for most people, that wouldn't be how you felt. You'd be upset, wouldn't you? So,
Yes.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
the experiments that found out that niacinamide hydrolyzed into niacin at low
Hmm.
pH, they were basically, they had niacinamide mixed with an acid in a beaker
Hmm.
and heated it up to 90 degrees Celsius and observed it over the course of hours. So it's not the
Okay.
same thing as just putting a niacinamide serum on and then a
On
toner
on
or
your
whatever. Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Sure.
So it's
Okay.
not the same thing at all. So it's unlikely to be a big problem for your skin, but there's going to be some people who are going to be sensitive to it, and you know
Sure.
it might be an issue for them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know how many people have ever got a niacin flush. I wonder if many have.
Um,
I don't
I
know.
don't know. I went through a phase of just being flushed for about a month. Do you remember? Not
Yeah, I
that
do.
long
Yeah,
ago.
it was like
Sort of red, angry face for ages. But I wouldn't have put it down to the niacinamide unless it has a
no,
cumulative effect and just built up and all of a
no, I
sudden
don't think
decides
it
to
does.
piss itself off. Exactly. So,
Yeah,
and I've been using it for sort of 3 odd years. So, yeah. Yeah, it would be interesting. I think a lot of people haven't reported the flushing. They've more
no,
reported that it's
the
broken them
acne.
out. Mm,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
definitely, and that's not the same
Okay.
thing.
No.
Um, yeah, so it's normally yeah, so the ordinary niacinamide is 10%, which is quite a lot, and all the
Yeah.
studies are on about 4%. So 1 to
Yeah.
4% is normally what they're looking at, and yeah, the ordinary is sort of freakishly high percentage of niacinamide,
Right.
and
Okay.
I haven't seen any studies that look at high percentages of niacinamide and what it does to
Mm.
the skin. I have no idea. Well, nobody has any idea what it does, if
But then you
anything.
said Paula's Choice as well has come out with a 10%.
And
Is
a
that right?
20%.
And a
Paula's Choice has a
20.
20%. Yeah.
Whoa.
I don't know why, but yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah, sure,
I
if
don't
it
know.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
strange. Okay.
Yeah. It seems like a lot
It
to me.
does.
Yeah. So I've got a little list of products you could try that have niacinamide that aren't the ordinary. So yeah, the Paula's Choice has got a 10 and a 20%. Inky List, that's got a 10, I think, isn't it? Have you tried that, the Inky List one?
No, because once
No.
it's about 3 or 4 quid more expensive than the ordinary one, and I think
Yeah.
I thought it was less strong, that had a lower strength than the ordinary. I'm not
Yeah,
sure,
I'm
but
not
they
sure.
do
No.
tend to chuck quite a bit of coconut um,
Oof,
oil in their
really?
formulations. I'm not saying it's in that
Yeah,
one,
that's
but the Inky List do do tend to do that.
There are
Um,
coconut
so
oils and things. Yeah.
yeah, if you've got issues with, that, and a lot of people do with that on their skin, then I probably
Yeah.
wouldn't. Mm.
I think Garden of Wisdom had one as well.
If you're not just buying a targeted serum with niacinamide in, it's just in a lot of things as as an ingredient, isn't it? It's in
Yeah.
my
Use yeah.
sunscreen,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Cerave has it in various products.
Mm.
No, it doesn't say uh, the percentage of the Inky list. Does it's not there. It's
Well,
interesting, isn't it?
it is,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, it's in lots of products and lots of Asian skincare products as well,
They
and
love
as
chucking
well
it
it
in, and
should
they
be.
love putting the
Yeah,
word. The only thing is about that is in lots of Korean skincare, especially when it's got niacinamide in, they tend to put the word whitening,
yeah,
um,
it's a bit weird, isn't
which
it?
is it's just put brightening and just cut out a
Yeah,
lot of problems there, because
yes,
whitening
yeah.
isn't a
They
good
haven't
descriptor, I
realised
don't
that
think.
it's
Not
offensive.
but
No,
how can they not though
I
by now
know.
know? I don't understand, but it still is in quite a lot of things, and I think then a lot of people are off put because they put two and two together and assume there's sort of bleaching ingredients in there,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
which there aren't. So yeah,
Because hyperpigmentation is a pain in the ass to treat, isn't it?
it is a bitch. I just would have got in a time machine and wound back 20
Yeah,
years and started wearing Factor 50 when
yeah.
I was 20. I think
I
that
think
would have
it's the
done
pill.
me the world of good.
I think it's the
I
contraceptive
was ne
pill.
oh, for you perhaps, yeah, but I
Yeah.
was never on the
Were
pill.
you not?
And that's more no,
Mm.
no. And I think that's a lot to do with, they say melasma, isn't it?
Mm.
Is
Yeah.
more hormonal, but I don't know. I was never on it, but maybe for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I think definitely after you've had kids, it's like, whoa, I have pigmentation now.
Yeah.
Am I?
I got it on I literally got it when I was 31, so before children.
Oh
My friend Anne Harrod was doing my eye makeup. She was like, "You've got hyperpigmentation starting."
man.
It's like, "Oh, that's weird." It was a brown fleck in the corner of my eye,
Maybe
and I was
it's
like,
just
"That's
something
strange."
that
And literally,
happens to women over the age of 30,
I,
no matter what they do,
I, d- I
perhaps.
think so. I honestly think
Bloody hell.
you go through mad cycles.
Yeah.
Skin, not just
Just
skin,
give
but
us something else to contend with
hormones and
brown
everything
spots on
else.
our face.
Why the hell not? Why not? Quite, yeah, no, yeah, I was going to say those were sort of so we've got obviously the ordinary is
Mm.
10%. That's pretty high. I had no idea that Paula's Choice had a
Yeah, I
20%.
know.
That's bonkers.
Yeah.
And then the inky list, but it doesn't actually say. I'm quite surprised at the
No.
inky list that they're not transparent in saying how much.
No.
So is it a niacinamide serum purely?
Yeah, just as niacinamide, and it's got.
Hmm.
Let's have a look. I'll look at the ingredients again. It's got water. Niacinamide is the second ingredient, so you'd assume that it's quite a strong percentage.
It's pretty high,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Um, and
So we've
glycerin.
talked about lab
Yeah.
and gliss. All right, okay. And we've talked about Lab Muffin.
Yeah.
She's an important opinion, I think, and she's
Yes.
very she's really opinionated. She's very knowledgeable,
Yeah.
but also she's influential, isn't she?
Yeah. She is.
Um,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
And I kind of didn't see, but I'm not on the ordinary Facebook page, obviously, as much as you are, because you're
Yeah.
a moderator. But I hadn't seen any negative feedback really until I'd seen hers,
No.
and then
Yeah.
I saw a lot more of it. But it's almost like when someone releases a book or a TV program, and
Mm.
the first person to critique it badly then feels
Yeah,
almost.
everyone goes, hang on a minute. Yeah, I think, maybe
Yeah,
there's a
I
bit of
didn't
the
like it
emperor's new
either.
clothes with the ordinary. It's like
I
they can't do
can,
anything wrong.
yes,
And then when
definitely.
someone gives you permission to find something wrong with it, you're like, actually, that's a bit shit. Yeah, I think
Yes,
that's what
yeah,
happened. I'm not
yeah,
like, I hopefully I'm a balanced person, but generally I'm inclined to like Deciem because their products are affordable and they don't have fragrance or bullshit in them. They don't market it in a devious way. So
yeah,
I will tend to like everything that they do unless it's not nice, and then I will not like it. But
yeah.
she's got a post. about making your own ascorbic acid serum that was released a while
Hmm.
ago. And she didn't say, I don't like powder skincare in it. She just explained how to
Right.
make your own ascorbic acid serum. And now she's saying that
Okay.
she doesn't like them. And her whole post was about basically saying how ascorbic acid, um, homemade ascorbic acid serums are um, difficult to make properly and maybe dangerous.
Okay.
She wasn't even saying that much about the niacinamide powder, really. She was more talking about
Okay.
the ascorbic acid one, even though she's released a guide how to make an ascorbic acid serum at home.
Yeah.
So I
Right.
don't,
Okay.
yeah,
So that is a bit.
yeah, it's a bit odd, I find. Like, what? Well, you didn't seem that
Hmm.
worried about it before, and now all of a sudden
Hmm.
she didn't like it. I don't wonder what that's all about.
Okay.
Um, So the reasons she doesn't like it are the she says the lack of formulation makes it questionable as to whether they'll work at all. And I don't know what she means by that because it's 100%
Yeah. It's in
niacinamide.
its pure form.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
more likely to work because there's nothing else in it. So if you mix it with
Yeah. Okay.
water at 4%, then you'll get the results that they got in the lab when they tested it on
Right.
people. So
Right.
yeah, I don't understand what she means by
Okay.
that. She worries that people won't mix the products with the right pH. So maybe people will inadvertently use something too acidic and the product won't be right. Um, but
Okay.
I think if you find something from Decium, because Decium publicizes its pHs, so you can find something on Decium with a pH of 5.1 to 7, which is what it recommends,
Okay.
and then use that. Um, I don't think it's that hard to
What
get.
products are those off the top of your head
Or
that
hyaluronic
are of that
acid.
pH? Okay.
Um, there's hylamide, low molecular um, hyaluronic acid.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
I
I
love
mixed
that.
it with amino acids,
Okay.
any of the peptides,
Hmm.
buffet, buffet plus copper. You
Okay.
can use that.
Oh,
Um,
it plays well with the copper. Not a
yeah,
problem.
yeah, niacinamide and copper are
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
Ascorbyl glucoside, that's water based, I think.
All right.
Yeah, so quite a
Okay.
few
So
things
there's.
you could use, but you can use any
Okay.
hydrating serum. I've been mixing it with SDSM, so that's the mist that I'm using every day. So I just
I'm almost out of mine.
oh,
Gutted.
oh it's so nice, isn't
I
it?
know. It's gorgeous.
Especially in this weather.
Especially in, yes, absolutely. And
Mm,
I've been using it probably far more liberally than I should do.
yeah.
Mind you, saying that, for the amount you get, it's not as that expensive,
No, it's not that.
considering
No,
it's a Neod product.
yeah,
No,
I think it's good value. It's
me
lovely.
too. It's
Yeah.
lovely. Okay.
Um. So she also worries that
So those are her
yeah, this
concerns.
is Lab Muffins. I've just sort of summarized her
Hmm.
post. She worries that it's not easy to get the pH right, and so yeah, I completely
Hmm.
agree with that. Um, so we're asked to guess a quarter of a scoop. I mean, I don't know how you guess that. There's no sort of
Yes.
markings on the scoop. I don't know why they
Right.
don't just make the scoop 3 times smaller so that we
Why not?
we can just have one scoop and not worry. Yeah, so
Right.
she's concerned that,
Okay.
if we're using higher concentrations by accident, we don't know if they're safe. I guess that's true.
Okay.
But, niacinamide isn't a particularly irritating substance, and I don't think it